Om. Om. स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दशूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिनेतापहारिणे अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Namaste Vanakkam. So today is the auspicious day, the very auspicious day. We all know that in Akshaya Tritiya, though this part of the country is not very significant of late, probably last 10 years only, when the social media and the lot of advertisement channels, go on telling that, buy the gold, buy this, buy that only, we came to know that what is Akshaya Tritiya. Yeah, it is a Hindu spring festival. It falls on the third Tithi lunar day, just before Purnima, because before Amavasya also the Tritiya comes. That is before Purnima we need to count. That is Shukla Paksha, Shuddha Vaishaka Tritiya. This is Vaishaka Masam. See, when you look at the Indian farmers, they know in which season they're supposed to sow the seed, which kind of seed they should sow, and which season they're supposed to go for a particular crop. They all thoroughly they know that, because based on that only they will go for sowing the seeds and all. In the same way, our rishis, Indian rishis, they also discovered certain things for which spring or which month is suitable for spiritual progress, or which month is suitable for dana, or on particular month what you supposed to give as a dana. So all those things our Vedic rishis also discovered, and they have given a chart. That is how we see so many Ekadasis, Nirjala Ekadasi, Krishnashtami. Then the Krishnashtami day you supposed to worship the Krishna, on Sri Ramanavami day you supposed to worship the Rama, and Vinayaka Chavati. So such a way the calendar is packed. The Vedic Rishis' plan is that, so by following the festival, you should not forget the God. That is the idea. The Vedic Rishis, such a way they have given the calendar. In particular area, if you worship the Krishna, or if you worship the Vignesha, so he removes the obstacles, so that entire year you will achieve whatever you want in your life. So that is how the calendar is made. So that's why now in the Ramakrishna tradition, from the Ramakrishna-Vivekananda Jayanti, Guru Purnima onwards, you have a plenty of festivals. These plenty of festivals will make us to realize, or do more japam, or travel in the path of spirituality. These holy days, Swami Premeshanji tells, Swami Premeshanandaji, there is a senior monk and vulnerable monk, Varishta Sannyasi. There are books, Go Forward, wonderful books. So he says, the holy days of the past has gone to the holidays of the present. ஸோ நமக்கு ஹாலிடேஸ் அண்ணா ஹாலிடேஸ் தான். அந்த ஹாலிடேக்கு ஒரு கோயிலுக்கு போயிட்டு பஜனை பண்ணி நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி விரதம் பண்ணி இல்லைன்னா உபவாசம் பண்ணி இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும். பட் தட் ஹாலிடே நவ் த ஹாலிடேஸ் ஆஃப் த பாஸ்ட் ஹஸ் கான் டு த ஹாலிடேஸ் ஆஃப் த ப்ரெசென்ட் மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. பட் திஸ் அக்ஷய திருதியா is something is very significant in the Ramakrishna tradition. So there are many auspicious things to inaugurate the building. Our dispatch building is inaugurated on Akshaya Tritiya day, and the Ramakrishna Mission students home, a palace for the poor also is inaugurated on the Akshaya Tritiya day, and Jairam Bhatti Matru Mandir also is inaugurated on Akshaya Tritiya. There are many things. Why? Because whatever you do with the sankalpa, whatever you begin with the sankalpa, that gives you Akshaya Pala. That is why he is called Akshaya Tritiya. So other Tritiyas we don't call it Akshaya Tritiya and சொல்ல முடியாது. But only this Tritiya before the lunar Vaishaka Shuddha Tritiya, before the Purnima, whatever the third day is called Vaishaka Shuddha Tritiya. It's only called Akshaya Tritiya. Whatever you resolve, whatever you start on that day, it will bounce back with Akshayam. Akshayam ane வந்து அது க்ஷயம் இல்லாமல் இருக்கும். யூ cannot stop it. Okay, I've done, so let's say you started doing japam this year, I will do 1 crore japam அண்ணா, அது வந்து அக்ஷயம் ஆகிடும். 2 crores 3 crores 3 crores அந்த மாதிரி ஆகிடும். அது that is the resolve. But as I said, the rishis, they have particular plan of action every month what we are supposed to do. We know very well that when you do certain action, you gain certain power. In the month of Magha மாசம் சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லை, அதில் வந்து that is known for snanas. There are many people, they go to different rivers and do the snanam, and Magha snanam also is very auspicious. And also in the month of Kartika, the Kartika Masam, when you see all the Shiva temples are packed with lighting the lamps. You have seen, right? Deeparadhana is very famous. And also same way Vaishaka Masam. This is Vaishaka Masam. This is known for Dhanam. எதுக்குன்னா தானம் எதுக்குன்னா, see the temperature this month, especially temperature soars up. அதனால வந்து நீங்கள் தானமாக கொடுக்கணுமன்னா ஒரு சத்திரம், ஒரு கொடையோ இல்லையான்னா வந்து சலிவேந்திரம்ஸ், மெனி பிளேசஸ் தே கீப் த சலிவேந்திரம்ஸ் வாட்டர் சப்ளை. வை? பிகாஸ் தட் இஸ் த தானம். யூ சப்போஸ் டு டூ த தானம். அந்த தானத்தில் வந்து எதர் யூ கிவ் வாட்டர் ஆர் யூ கிவ் த அம்பரெல்லா, ஸோ தட் by the way giving charity you will get Akshaya Punya. That is why these things are there. There is a shloka says, Vaishake Shukla Pakshasyat Tritiya Shubhada Smrutaha Snana Dana Japair Yukta Sarva Kama Palapradam. அப்படி சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. வைசாக் சுக்லபக்ஷம், வைசாக்க மாசத்துல சுக்லபக்ஷம்ல அது பூர்ணிமுக்கு முன்னாடி what it is coming, the Tritiya is known as Shubhada Smrutaha, that gives you all Shubhas. What you supposed to do on that day is Snanam, Dhanam, Japam Panna, Sarva Kama Palapradam. So you will be able to fulfill all your desires. This Akshaya Tritiya will fulfill all your desires. So what you have to do is, what you have to do with the Sankalpa, resolve, and it brings back Akshaya Pala. You may ask the question that, Swamiji, every day is Nityut, Bhagavan is a Nityotsahi, Nityamangalam மாதிரி வந்து அவருக்கு எப்போவுமே every day is a Nityotsavda. Why these specific days அப்படி சொன்னால், yeah, we are living 365 days every month we are living. Sunday means some special, or Ekadasi means some special, birthday means some speciality is there in our life, right? In the same way also this particular days placed on the grahas, you do any activity or you do anything that gives you Akshaya Pala. That is the reason it is this Akshaya Tritiya is more of we are looking at it more of consumeristic way only, because other than that there is nothing to know for us. So much consumeristic way that every year ivala gold vaanganum, but it is not the that means you are accumulating actually. In the way, following the consumeristic way we are accumulating, but this day is not the accumulating dinam. It is day is the Tyaga Dinam, Dana Dinam and solluvaanga. Tyaga Dinam means something you need to renounce. In the sense by giving something you are renouncing something, or something giving up the bad habit, or something like this going forward towards God. Or also Tyaga Dinam, that is what the Tyaga Dinam, giving up something, bad qualities. And also Dana Dinam. Dana Dinam means giving charity. As I said, giving water or something else. So anything. It's just that because Magha Masam is, temperature, so much temperature is there outside. That is why if you give a glass of water, அந்த மாதிரி சான்ஸ் நமக்கு இருக்காது, because individuals will not have chance to give the water and all unless a guest comes to your house. But outside you see there are many places, they put in the pots and give the water. So that's how it has been cultivated in India. So now there are some stories which talks about the greatest sacrifice. When you look at the Mahabharata, there is a story by name, Sibi Chakravarti. The Sibi Chakravarti is a king. Once, one kite came. Kite comes to him and fall at his feet. Then somebody wants to kill that kite. Of course, it's a test for him actually. It is not exactly, it's a test for him to test his sacrifice, how much he can sacrifice. And that kite, so he wanted to kill that kite. He said, then instead of killing the kite, you just take away my flesh. Then when they put that this thing, weighing machine, they put the kite in one this thing, and other side, they are just removing their flesh and putting there. But there is a condition that you should not cry. Then in between, just tears drop down from his eyes, it falls. Immediately other person says, this condition you have lost. But he says, it's not because you are taking away my flesh. Why I am giving only one side, the dhanam? I should have given the both sides also. That means the sacrifice, of course, it is too much for us actually to understand this. But the idea is that, the sacrifice, tyagam, is such a beautiful idea to practice. To begin with something, which is obstacle in the path of our spirituality. Or something, I'm not able to get up in the morning. Nidra is something which is obstacle for me. So something you can cultivate these kind of habits. So that, slowly, these habits, while cultivating, because giving up the Nidra is the greatest sacrifice, it's not so easy. Always I say that if you have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, the third world war will happen. Right? The alarm is go on ringing, you are going snoozing it. But the third world war won't happens. So getting up something, which is conducive to our spirituality, there are some obstacles, if you can give it up, the sacrifice. Swami Vivekananda says great things can be done by great sacrifices only. Without that, great sacrifice, you can't achieve anything. So that's why something, smaller things, you just will try to give up something, a smaller thing. Somebody says, Swamiji, this monks mattunda, thagam idella undi, householders it's not at all possible. We are not talking about something you give up everything actually. There is a story. So, a father presented a golden necklace to his daughter. That golden necklace, so much she fond of that golden necklace. Daughter never gives up. Always wearing. So father and mother repeatedly they were saying that, at least night time you can remove. No. I like it so much, I don't want to give it up. Then they thought that, how to make her to give away the golden necklace. Then immediately the next day they brought the diamond necklace. Then when they brought the diamond necklace, they showed the diamond necklace to the daughter, but still she was holding on to it. She did not even care for the diamond necklace. But the father and mother started explaining the difference between the gold and the diamond. Then immediately understood the value of the diamond is much more than the value of the gold. Immediately she gave it up and she wore the diamond necklace. The sacrifice means in order to get something higher, giving up the lower. You gave up the golden necklace in order to get the diamond necklace. So this is what we need to understand. Not that something I am losing something. No, you are getting something higher. So that's how this Akshaya Tritiya is. Dhanam is giving up something is to get something higher things. So in this context, Swami Vivekananda says, giving the dana is not that Swamiji gives the giver and the receiver. What is the difference between the giver and the receiver is generally our understanding is that giver always expects that receiver should thank him or should put him in the pedestal and make mala, so that always whenever he comes to him, sir neenga nalla udavi pannirkeenga eppovume praise pannanum. But Swamiji says it is not that actually. The giver need not to get any thanks or this thing. Rather, receiver should not convey thanks to giver. On the other way, Giver only should convey thanks to the receiver by you have given an opportunity to serve you, to give you something. You accepted my dana. That is why the giver should convey thanks to the receiver. Appadi sonnanga. This is very important, very, very important thing. So dhana means that is how it should be. Dhanam means not that I have something, that fellow doesn't have anything, I throw away something. It is not like that. It's not that, the receiver is giving an opportunity for the giver for him to progress. For him to progress. That is what is important. By giving the dana, who will progress? Not the receiver actually. Giver only will progress. He developed some kind of sacrifice. He developed some kind of giving a charity. So, this day we need to consider in this way that, it is not only Akshaya Tritiya, not only we can use consumeristic way, you need not to think about it. It's not that accumulating gold, tons and tons of the gold in the lockers. You can only think, the Tyaga Dinam on Dhana Dinam also you can think. Now many people will ask me, just I am coming back to the point, many people will ask us that, Swamiji, what is this? Something one year, even now and then there is auspicious day. For me, every day is auspicious day. Yes, true, every day is auspicious, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But, do we feel that, every day is auspicious? So, Swami Brahmananda was in Varanasi. Somebody said, Swamiji, how you are spending your days? Then immediately Raja Maharaj Swami Brahmananda says, Eddinam tuddinam manye mega chinna varjinam. Taddinam harisallapa piyusha varjitam, he says. So, how you are spending your days, Anna? Yeah, somehow I am pulling. That's what our answer. Yeah, it's going on. This kind of answers only we give. But the Raja Maharaj Swami Brahmananda always lives in the intoxicated mood. He says, Eddinam tuddinam manye. The day I forget the God. Generally people talk about, suddenly it's rainy and immediately sunshine. So we call it that day is a foul day actually. What is this? Just now it was raining and immediately now so hot we call it. So it is a foul day we call it. But here in our life, the day we forget Arisallapa Piyusha Varjitam. The day we forget God's name, that day is only the bad day, he says. That means, every day if you take God's name, it is only auspicious day for you. If you don't take the God's name, it is inauspicious day for you. So that is why Sri Ramakrishna, as soon as he gets up in the morning, read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In his room, there are some different Devi Devatas pictures. He goes to every picture and, chant some name, Rama, 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 Durga, Durga, Durga. So that means telling us that, the Prata Smarami, Rudi Samsmura Atma Tattvam. Pratasmarami means what else we can do. The day begins means, you have to think about your Atma Tattvam or something takes God's name. So this is what we are supposed to do. So that is why it's not that Akshaya Tritiya day only once in a year Akshaya Tritiya comes, that day I resolve the Sankalpa and do lot of Japam. But it's every day we are supposed to do. But on this auspicious days like this Akshaya Tritiya or Ekadasi and all, when you do this, because some kind of inspiration we derive. There are many devotees I know today, they said, Swamiji, today Akshaya Tritiya, I need to do more and more Japam. So that resolvement comes, I need to do. So it gives me Akshaya Phalam. That idea should be there always. You can say the realistic way or something like this, Swamiji, all those things we don't believe. But you believe in buying the gold, you don't believe in doing Japam. So, if Sri Ramakrishna's the first commandment, when we remember that the purpose of human life is to realize God, then Akshaya Phala gives me, that means I am putting Nama Japam by Namam putting in the bank, so that if I invest at least 2000 names today, so probably the Akshaya Phala will give me that it will become 10,000. So every day, that is what we are doing, right? Every namam we are putting in the bank. This is called naming Namopati bank. So the more and more we are putting means it is deposited. So today if you deposit 2000 times you have done the japam, that deposit probably today Akshaya Phala it become. Maybe this devotee with sincerely today 2000 times he has taken the God's name. So I will increase the power. Because this Sikshastakam, he says, every you have ananta, infinite names, sahasra. And what you did, every name, you invested so much power in that name. Namna Bahuda Nijasarva Shaktihi. You have put your own energy into your name. So when you are repeating the God's name, definitely that power will be there. And today, as the Akshaya Rishis, they have said that, whatever you do in this, on this auspicious day, you get the Akshaya Phala. So with that resolvement only, we need to observe this day. But one thing we need to do is that, every day is a celebration for all of us. The moment, the day when you get up and taking the God's name and look at the Sri Ramakrishna, who is always sitting in the trance and samadhista sthiti, and looking at his, Chirumanda Hasam, that's all. That day is great for us. And all that we need to know is that in this world that we are in, all these things are ultimately nothing. This ஞாபகம் வெச்சுக்கணும். இது ஞாபகம் இல்லையன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க, நமக்கு கன்சியூமரிஸ்டிக் வே தான் நம்ம செலிப்ரேட் பண்ண முடியும் தவிர தியாக தினம், தான தினம், ஜப தினம் இந்த மாதிரி செலிப்ரேஷன் நமக்கு வராது. We just go only consumeristic way. But point we need to remember is that every day is a celebration for us. The world which we are living in, there are certain things we have accumulated, but none of these things will come with us. This point firmly one need to convince. If convince agala vechukongo, I never ever celebrate this day as Japadinam, Danadinam, Tyagadinam. I only celebrate in consumeristic way, accumulation day for me, that's all. Accumulation means, going to a jewelry shop and buy, that's all. My Akshaya Tritiya celebration over. So, in the Madhurda Nadakam. Even Kedarnath temple in Akshaya Tritiya day only they open actually. Kedarnath temple and all. That is why in this is, I think, Rudram it comes. Shuchachame Sudinanchame. In Rudram it comes. It says, may there be auspiciousness for me. Auspiciousness for me means, so ella mangalamma irukkanum. May this day be a good and blessed day for me. So this is every day. This is every day. எனக்கு இந்த டே மங்களகரமாக இருக்கணும், and this day should be good and blessed day for me. சூஷாச்சமே சுதனஞ்சமே ருத்ரமில் வரும் நான் நினைக்கிறேன். So these all the things are there. That is why this Akshaya Tritiya for us, especially for the Ramakrishna devotees, it is not the day to celebrate in consumeristic way or accumulating day. The day is to celebrate more of introvertedness, more of introvert. So let me do japam, let me think about the Atma Tattva, or let me give dharam, or let me sacrifice something. So these kind of thoughts only we need to have. And also the story of the Shibu Chakravarti, and Akshaya Phalam means, there are innumerable stories. When you go to Bhagavatam, Sudhama story is there. Sudhama. So Sudhama was a very poor Brahmin, and his wife says, Are Sri Krishna is a good friend of you, why can't you go? And what he has carried with him? All you very old puffed rice. But his devotion is something unique. With that devotion, and he carried that puffed rice to Lord Krishna, and in return what he got? Akshaya Phala. Though it is a materialistic gain, irikatam, but he was not keeping his mind. When he returned, he could not locate his own house. But inside there is a trupti. Now on the Kadaval Pathirken, I have seen the God. He did not satisfy. Okay, yeah, when he returned to his house, he could not relocate. When the wife came out only, he could understand it is my house only. This is Sri Krishna's magic. But in materialistic sense also, if you say, whatever you give, so that is what Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Balam Tum Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. அங்கே வந்து பத்திரம் நீங்கள் கொடுத்துருக்குங்க, பழம் doesn't matter. Suppose you are feeding someone with the spoon, what it goes? Spoon will not go inside. Padardham only will go inside, spoon will come out, right? If you take with spoon, whatever the inside the padardham, you keep it on the spoon, that only will go inside the spoon, you take it out. In the same way only, Bhagavan will not take your patram pushpam palam toyam. What it goes inside is, how much bhakti you have, that only goes to him. In the spoon example, spoonla வந்து பதார்த்தம் தான் உள்ள போகும், தவிர ஸ்பூன் போவதில்லை. அதே மாதிரி வந்து how much with referentially, with the bhakti, with the shraddha, what you have given to the God, that only goes. தவிர வந்து கடவுளுக்காக நான் கோல்டு வாங்கியிருக்கேன், கடவுளுக்கு ஒரு நட்சத்திரம் பண்ணுவேன், இது பண்ணுவேன், அது பண்ணுவேன்னா, that he doesn't accept it. Only devotion தான். யோமே பக்தியா பயச்சதி. So whatever we do, this point we need to remember. So then only we get the Akshaya Pala, the resolving Sankalpa, the Bhakti and the Shraddha and the conviction that the purpose of human life is God realization, and the conviction irvumbudu, whatever we are living in this world, the accumulation so far, what I have accumulated in this life, nothing will come with me. This idea always we should remember. Based on that, this idea, we have to live in this world and march forward in the path of spirituality. So that is why, what are the things this day we are supposed to do? Snanam. Anyway, snanam we do. Snanam is not that antashaucham, bahi shaucham and soluvanga. Antashaucham is important. Govindeti sadasmanam, Govindeti sadasmatam. That is what is snanam means. Govindeti sadasnanam. Through the Govinda Nama only I am taking the bath. Govindeti sadasmaranam. Always we need to remember the Govinda only. That is what is a snanam. Dhanam means, whatever is possible. So giving in charity. So based on the situation, or based on the time, based on the spring, one need to give. All these things nowadays very difficult to understand. Or some people, they come to the Ramakrishna but Swami, they take the general donation, whatever you wanted to use, you use it. That is the best way. And also japam. Japam means, japam is the easiest path. One can repeat the japam. How many times you can repeat? So comfortably you can repeat. That gives you Akshaya Pala Prapti, Sarva Kama Pala Pradam. All the Sarva Kamas will be resolved. So one more thing we need to remember is, Akshaya Tritiya is something, it's as you said, it comes in the Vaishakha Masa, before the Purnima, the third day. This is my understanding, because when you start something in the first day, Dvitiya Vignam Irikakodadan Solli, then they ask you to do second day, right? Apra vandi, when you understand that, third day, any third day, if I do, it gives me Akshaya Phalam, abdi solli or resolvement panna, then probably that resolvement Akshaya Phalam it gives me means, the 3 days of habit will push you to continue some more days. This is my understanding. Generally they call it magic days, 21 days. Or if you start anything on the Padyami day, so let me start something on the Padyami day, Padyami Vidya. When the Tadiya comes, you remember that it is not that, Vaishakha Purnima Akshaya Tritiya only is very important for me. Now I have resolved something to do. This is also third day. This is also Tritiya. It may not be Akshaya Tritiya, but I am thinking that, this Tritiya also will give me immense phala. This Tritiya also will give me Akshaya phala. Like this, if you resolve, so every month, we can undertake something. Yeah, this month, I will undertake something. I will do something 10,000 japam. So start. So that, there are some obstacles will be there, no doubt about it. So resolve it, and probably thinking about after the 10 days of the count, if you take, with beaming face, go to Sri Ramakrishna and say that, I have started and I have achieved it. So take it. This, you take it, and you give me Akshaya Phalam. What is Akshaya Phalam? For us, what is Akshaya Phalam? So release us. So Akshaya Phalam is that, you can make a note of it. So with your grace, by your this thing, blessings, At least, this month I have done 10,000 japam. I am putting it in your bank. Remember this. Probably when I start the next month Akshaya Tritiya, this 10,000 become 30,000. Because Akshaya Palam Kudukunam ille. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 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 கன்வர்சேஷனில் இருந்தா, ஸோ எவ்ரி திருத்தியா பிகம்ஸ் ஏ அக்ஷய திருத்தியா ஃபார் ஆல் ஆஃப் அஸ். சம்திங் இட் இஸ் மெடிடேஷன் அண்ட் வாட் இட் இஸ் மெடிடேஷன்? ஜஸ்ட் கம்யூனிகேட்டிங் வித் ஹிம். I am not communicating with him in terms of currency. I am communicating with him in terms of name only. I am repeating. Currency also will not. The currency also will not. When the Satyabhama story என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு, ஸ்ரீகிருஷ்ணா வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல ஒரு திராசில் உட்காந்துருக்காரு. So much money and gold, so other ladies were putting. So Sri Krishna, they could not weigh Sri Krishna. Finally, what happened? என்னாச்சு? துளசி தாளம்ல அது சரி ஏதோ நாமம் போட்டா உடனே த்ராஸ். So we can buy. Buying is not buying, because he is by repeating the God's name only. Whoever repeats, whoever prays, is சுலபமா வந்துடுவார். Because புராணம்ல சொல்லுது வந்து நாசம் திஷ்டாமி வைகுண்டே. I won't sit in the Vaikuntha. I won't sit in the hearts of the yogis, but I sit in the hearts of the devotees. அப்படி சொல்லியிருக்கார். அதனால வந்து probably the Bhagavan Ramakrishna is sitting in all of you, because probably how many people have resolved today that today Akshaya Tritiya I take more than the usual thing. Whoever has taken the more than usual Namopati, definitely Sri Ramakrishna so gracious on them. Yes, something they have put efforts. So that is the idea we always need to cultivate. Everyone should cultivate. Then probably yes, now he is sitting in me. Because Sri Ramakrishna himself said, Bhagavan ar baita kana bhakter hruday. So the dwelling seat of the God is the heart of the devotee. So how to offer my seat? By repeating the 10,000 names. So I have repeated 10,000 names. So now today my heart is pure. I invite my God. So today, yes. Then slowly the bhavana. Bhavena labate sarvam, bhavena deva darshanam, bhavena labate jnanam, tasmat bhavanilambanam. Yes, Sri Ramakrishna is sitting in my heart. And let us celebrate Akshaya Tritiya. So Sri Ramakrishna is giving me Akshaya Phalam for me today. By his blessings, by his grace, I have done this many times. I have repeated these many times. So this is how when we do, it won't be a burden for us actually. We don't feel as a burden. So every Ekadasi, every Tritiya, everything is an auspicious for us. Then every day will give us Akshaya Phalam only. As Sulaka says, there is no foul day at all. Every day is, Shubhadinam. Induna dinave Shubhadinamu, Induna vara Shubhavara. Soluvanga. The day you remember God, that day is auspicious. The day you remember, think, Tidhi vara nakshatram ellame Shubhamda. Idlo unno kadiyadu. அவருக்கு வந்து ஹனுமானுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு சுத்தமாக எதுவுமே தெரியாது, திதிவார நட்சத்திரமே தெரியாது, என்ன தெரியும்னா ஓன்லி ராமா. அந்த ஸ்டேட் தான் ஹையஸ்ட் ஸ்டேட். That is what we call it. So may the Sri Ramakrishna bless us with such an understanding, so that every day for us it is a great day, blessed day, and every day should bring us Akshaya Phala for us in the path of spirituality. This is my prayer to Holy Trio. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.